Hello there, everyone. Welcome to the weekly closeout from the Ethiopian Broadcasting Corporation. I'm Betom Taye. As usual, we've brought you two items for today. I'll start with the first one. Around 200 cities converged in Draydawa a fortnight ago for the 6th round celebration of the Ethiopian Cities Forum. The event that lasted for a week deliberated on the theme, "Our cities shall realize Ethiopian Renaissance, being a center of enterprises." Jointly organized by the Ministry of Urban Development, Housing and Construction, the Ethiopian Cities Corporation Forum, and the Draydawa City Administration, the forum aims to make good communication among cities and create developed and transformed modern cities, among others. Our colleague Habib Mohammed has been to the eastern city of Draydawa and has the following account for you. Stay with us.
With increasing urbanization trend in Ethiopia, urban residents nowadays constitute more than 16% of the population, including the capital cities of the 9 region states and the 2 chartered cities in Ethiopia. There are other rapidly growing cities and towns which are becoming economic centers of the different regions of the country. Ethiopian Cities Forum, celebrated annually, aims to solidify healthy competition among cities of Ethiopia for mutual benefit. This year, Ethiopian Cities Forum happened for the 6th time in the eastern city of Draydawa. The events that deliberated on the theme, "Our cities will ensure the country's renaissance, becoming center of industrial development," was attended by 186 cities and towns of the country. While opening the 6th Ethiopian Cities Forum, Ethiopian President Dr. Mulate Shomo said urban areas will remain source of industrial development of the country.
አገራችን መሐከለኛ ገቢ ካላቸው አገራት ተርታ መሰለፍ እንድትችል በዘርፉ የተያዙትን እቅዶች ማሳካት ለቀጣይ ኢንዱስትሪ ልማታችንን
To sustain the development of our country, meeting the targets set out in the urban development sector is essential. It is by doing so that we can enable our country to join a middle-income economy, creating job opportunities for urban residents and building a favorable living environment is the other priority area of this sector. Maintaining the development of micro and small enterprises should also be enhanced.
Minister of Urban Development, Housing and Construction, Mokre Haile, during the occasion stated that his ministry is working to elevate housing and infrastructure needs of the citizens.
In terms of expanding infrastructure development in urban areas, we have accomplished the construction of 422-kilometer cobblestone road, 270-kilometer long drainage structure, 675-kilometer long bridge and culverts, 1,000 kilometers road lights, 1,900 kilometers water pipeline, and thousands of market sheds this fiscal year.
Draydawa is one of the most prominent cities of the eastern Ethiopia. The city is one of the gateways of civilization from the outside world to Ethiopia. Established in 1902 as a hub of the Ethio-Djibouti railway terminal, the city has also introduced textile and cement industries to the country. Draydawa City Mayor Asad Zaid says the current overall development progress of the city is making its residents beneficial in many ways.
ድሬዳዋ በምስራቅ ኢትዮጵያ የንግድ የኢንዱስትሪና አገልግሎት ማዕከል ለመሆን የያዘችው ራዕይ
Draydawa is a trade, industry and service center of the eastern Ethiopia. The cities forum celebrated in Draydawa will help introduce its historical and developmental activities. The Ethio-Djibouti railway line, to be completed next year, will make Draydawa center for import and export trade. The asphalt road being built from Djibouti to Addis Ababa will also contribute for the growth of the city.
Following the ratification of the 2002 Cities Charter, Draydawa has seen a rapid development that benefits the society. The strong legal measures taken by the government to control contraband and smuggling has also contributed its share. More than 90% of Draydawa city residents earn their livelihood working in different industries, including cement, textile, food and beverage, chemical industries, among others. The government is working to make Draydawa the industrial hub of the eastern part of Ethiopia. The Ethiopian Cities Forum saw panel discussions presented by different scholars on different thematic areas of urban development. The scholars addressed issues of housing construction, infrastructure development, urban land management, and development of micro and small-scale enterprises. The need to manage the level of urbanization by reversing economic decentralization to rural areas should also be at the center of government's policies and strategies. Professor Fantu Cheru, president of the UN Inhabitants based in Nairobi, Kenya, stated urban planning and management should meet international standards.
Being able to breathe a fresh air, that's not a commodity to be sold like water, because our life depends on it. There are areas where government have to lead, but there are also areas where government has to follow. Where we see centers of innovation by the private sector, very exciting innovation, government should support it. In a sense, government is following, but helping them to become much more successful.
The Ministry of Urban Development, Housing and Construction is conducting a study on the trend of cities expansion in Ma'ala, Direydawa and Bahada cities to be implemented for the next 40 years using geospatial technology.
We are using geospatial information that will help manage the land to be used for development and settlement. We are also working to address balanced urban development among major cities of different regions to curb the ever-increasing urbanization.
This is an exhibition of cities and towns of the country, exhibiting their displays showing their developmental undertakings and cultural attractions. More than 176 cities and towns took part in the event, promoting their different attractions. Daniel Kadir represents Dawaro town and displayed his photographic exhibitions and cultural instruments in the exhibition.
Dawa is 439 kilometers far from the capital, Addis Ababa. This is a picture of 80,225 kilometers long wall found in Dauro and built in the 18th century by Dauro residents to protect themselves from their common enemies. We have also brought traditional equipment that's used for agriculture and housing purpose. Daura is also known for its developing traditional weaving system. This outfit that I'm wearing is made by our own weaving system.
Amsalu Subuh is from the northern historic city of Aksum. He displays a picture of Aksum obelisk, which is a 23 meters high obelisk carved out of a single rock.
Aksum የሚያሰኛት አንዱ ሐውልቶች ናቸው። በዛን ሰዓት
What makes Aksum unique is its famous obelisks. Aksum is also a place ruled by more than 206 Ethiopian dynasties. Aksum is also the birthplace of Uarid, known for his musical rhythm. These are some of the reasons for the large number of tourists flocking to the city.
Daya Udesa brought the culture of Shakiso to the exhibition. She displayed the cultural dressing of the Oromo people.
I am exhibiting different materials used by the Oromo people. These are housing materials used by the Oromo pastoralists to collect milk. I also brought jewels used by the Oromo Geta system. These are some of the jewels that young Oromo male and female wear to show their marriage status.
Naima Yassin displays the traditional Jimma traditional coffee ceremony.
Jimma is known for its coffee. We receive all our guests with traditional coffee ceremony. During different rituals and celebrations, we serve our guests with coffee. We can serve up to 305 people at once.
The role of micro and small-scale enterprises towards building an industrial economy that the country aspires to build is quite immense. Various young entrepreneurs drawn from different parts of the country use the opportunity to showcase their creative works and share experiences. Abiot Mengistu from Hawassa brought his aircraft that he designed.
ሐዋሳ የብዙ የቱሪስት መዳረሻ ከተማ ናት እጅግ ያማረችና የደመቀች ውብ ከተማ ከመሆኗ የተነሳ
The aircraft is used for recreational purposes and to spread insecticides on extensive farmlands. The aircraft can fly 10 to 20 meters from the ground, and I'm planning to modify the model in the future.
This is Burhan Tagesa, a farmer who used to harvest his crops using oxen for long. He's now the mind behind his pulsing machine.
ከኮምባይነር የሚለየው ኮምባይነር ሜዳ ላይ ነው። ይሄኛው ደግሞ
I manufactured this pulsing machine to harvest different crops. I'm a farmer and previously I used to harvest using locally manufactured materials. Now, I created this machine to replace the previous traditional practices. The machine can be used at the highlands of Ethiopia, where it's difficult to use combined harvesters.
Galabuke is from Arbamid town, known for traditional weaving system in the country. He displays his own modern weaving machine that reduces cost, energy and time.
Actually, yarn is locally made with materials. This machine that I fabricated helps us manufacture a great deal of yarn per day than we used to do annually. This machine will substitute the yarn that we're importing from India and Pakistan.
803 micro and small-scale enterprises that transformed into middle-level enterprises, given recognition by the government during the 6th Ethiopian Cities Forum. Minister of Urban Development, Housing and Construction, Mokre Haile, on the occasion stated that the government will continue to develop micro and small-scale enterprises to ensure an industrial-led economy.
We are working to build the capacity of micro and small enterprises by creating linkage with universities. This will enable us to introduce technologies and increase technical capabilities of those enterprises.
This year alone, an estimated 3 million jobs will be created in the sector, especially by giving focus to manufacturing industries. By 2015, the government will complete construction of more than 91,000 houses to ensure the ever-increasing housing demand of citizens in various housing construction schemes. Debretsion Gabriel Michael, Finance and Economic Reform Cluster Coordinator, on the occasion said, to ensure industrial transformation, the government will give focus towards addressing good governance in urban administration.
By effectively providing urban services and participating urban residents on the ongoing development activities, we need to speed up the development of the country. We should also need to ensure good governance in the area of urban administration.
The next edition of Ethiopian Cities Forum will be celebrated in Gondar in 2016.